Good morning, class. How are you? Today, in lesson number 3, after understanding about habitats and their importance and the dependence of animals on plants and plants on animals, we will study a new topic, adaptations. Adaptations sound different, but when we see the lifestyle or the living patterns of animals, then we understand its easiness. Adaptation is nothing but the possibility of any living species according to its environment. So we begin it with its definition. What is adaptation? We know animals are plants and plants are suited to their environments. Environment is that area which is surrounding that animal or plant species. Suited means every animal and plant behaves positively in its surrounding. Like you and me are living in our houses which are very comfortable. In our houses we can get our food, we are safe, we have protected, and we have all the rights and comforts. So our houses are suited to us. Similarly, where animals are living, where plants are living, they are surviving at their best level. It means they are suited to their environment. Now, adaptations are traits or characteristics which help a living thing, maybe a plant or animal, to survive in its habitat. Means the conditions which help in our survival. And adaptations are those characteristics or traits which help any living thing to live its life easily and comfortably. Now, when we see different birds are having different feeds, and there's a little bit change in the shape and size of the feet. As we know, ducks can swim, and they live in and on water, and their webbed feet, their flattened feet, flattened when their fingers are connected with a sheet, a layer, it becomes a paddle. So their webbed feet of ducks help them to paddle and swim in the water, and with the help of these feet they can move around to look their food. So the ducks are helped by their webbed feet to find their food and to swim well and safe in water in its habitat. But when we see, the eagle's feet are not webbed, they are pointed, and they are very sharp, and the sharp claws of eagle help it to catch its prey. So to find food is the basic necessity of any living thing or any animal to survive. So how animals can find their food? This is aided and helped and supported by their feet. Just imagine for a moment, if eagle does not have sharp claws, instead it has webbed feet, will it be able to claw and pierce the food? No. And what if a duck is having sharp claws? It's nothing to do with its sharp claws. So with the passage of time, the animals create or develop the physical features which can help them in their survival. Now, adaptation is the physical or behavioral characteristic of an organism. So when we see, adaptation is a physical or behavioral characteristic. Physical means there may be change in the size and shape of some body organ, and behavioral means there may be some change in their behavior or their lifestyle, maybe migration, maybe hibernation, And in this, any organism that helps to survive better in its surrounding. And living things are adapted to the habitat they live in. This is because they have special features that help them to survive. Similarly, the webbed feet of duck and the sharp claws of eagle help them in their survival in a better way and easily. Now we see how animals are surviving at a very low temperature because their body is well adapted or suited to bear the harshness of low temperatures, the freezing temperatures. Have you seen this animal? Yes, this is a polar bear. The polar bear lives in the Arctic Circle and he lives on and in the icy water. How come? They are not wearing any jackets. They don't have any heaters litting around them. So how their body is capable of bearing such cold? So this is what we are going to study about, the changes in the body structures and body organs in a polar bear that will help it to bear the cold temperatures. So we see polar bears are specially adapted for their living in the cold. They have small appendages, means external body parts are relatively smaller in order to reduce heat loss. Now what are those body features? If you see, the small ears have a small surface area. This helps to reduce loss of body heat. So its ears are relatively small. Similarly, it has a short tail that has small surface area and this helps to reduce the heat loss again. Then we see around its neck, it's a relatively blacker or darker skin under its fur, which proves to be a good absorber of heat. Then when we see the whole body is covered with thick fur, and this thick fur is a better insulating layer of skin, and the air is trapped between the fur, and the fur reduces the loss of body heat, as both the fur and the air are good insulators of heats. Like in very winters, we wear the jackets and uppers with fur, and fur is the best at their insulating. They trap the heat inside. And when we see its lower skin, there is a thick layer of fat here at the lower side, which is called as blubber, and this blubber is a good insulator of heat. So overall, if we talk about the thick fur and fat and black skin, small ears and short tail are the adaptations, or those physical characteristics or traits or features which help a polar bear to survive the extremely low temperature in its habitat. You see again. Now today's activity is again, without looking at the bag, you have to write the adaptations of a polar bear. This is enough for today. Just go through the topic well from the book and watch this video again and again to get the concept of adaptation. So there is more to know about it in the coming lectures. Thank you very much, class. God bless you. Take care.